Bentornati! Welcome back to Starsector Mod Madness on version 0.95a for our HMI run. With Captain Minerva Newton, we are traveling through deep space to go for 2, maybe 3 exploration missions, depending on how good we were in calculating the amount of fuel and supplies needed to actually make a trip this long. So without further ado, let's jump back in. So the path seems pretty clear. Let's slow down for a second in here to go through the flashy bits. Because, you know, hyperspace has dark bits and flashy bits. That's very well known. That is space science for you. You're welcome. And here we are. Jump at Libertas. And we are here, and there's a supply cache in here, which is already very good, but we are looking for a minor weapons cache some distance away from the center of the system. Now, do I want to check this? Or maybe... Oh, could it be this thing? No, that's probably a debris field. Okay, debris field. Ooh, found a habitable world. Okay, I'm gonna accept that. I'm gonna scan the vicinity. Okay, there's many contacts in here. Many contacts. Let's go take a look. What is this? Are you my... There's many a cache. Ooh, wait. We got a contact. I don't know what these guys want from me. Let's keep our distance. At the same time, I want to identify them. And I also want to see what this thing is. A habitat. Oh, whoa. Sensor array. Big contact in there. They're going for me. No, they are exploring. Okay. They are just exploring. I mean, they are still very dangerous. Because, you know, scavengers, sometimes they like to target your fleet, and then they say, oh look, a bunch of a bunch of derelict ships for me to salvage, right? They just love that. Okay, let's get some more supplies. And this thing is a distance away, right? Okay, so it's not... Maybe it's around here or maybe around here. So let's now turn clockwise. And use the sensor burst from time to time. See if we can locate this cache. Not in here. Oh, maybe it's there. Is it this one? No, this is a mining station. There's a bunch of things in here though. Ooh, look at this. Remember when I said exploring? Okay, there's a kite, a mud skipper, and a scrap ship frigate. You know what? I'm not gonna salvage those, because I think if I leave the derelicts in here, there is still a chance that I get a mission to go and explore them. And is it this one? Yes, it is. Minor weapons cache. Run the sensor package, get 70,000 credits, And then I'm gonna open it. Cool. Viper Wing blueprint, Twin Electron Bomb blueprint, Urumi fan laser. Sounds interesting. It's a very efficient and alpha strikey small energy beam. Starburst MRM, general purpose missiles. What is this? A pitch point defense. Pitch point defense, very flux efficient, 400 range. Air burst laser, small energy. Well, take all of that, of course. Okay, I would say let's remember this system, right? There's a lot of stuff in here. If I were to explore everything, I would not have enough space in my cargo holds for everything. But let's continue with the exploration. Zeta Toil to look for a technology cache. And this is that very old mission, right? Like this mission of going and looking for the technology cache and shipping the AI core to the guy. Like this is very old. Technology cache. Let's open this up. Explore. Oh man, yeah, it's old, but I'm an idiot because I should have remembered that there's supposed to be guardians around this thing, and these things look positively vicious. Modded remnants are usually extremely tough. Look at the amount of weapons on this thing. So you know what, we're gonna skip this for now. Like this is not gonna expire, right? Yeah, technology cache, you can do this whenever you want. So we're gonna skip this and we are just gonna run a survey of a barren world for 60,000 credits. How about that? I think that sounds much better. Minerva Newton knows her stuff. Unfortunately, almost gets... I mean, not almost. She gets interdicted. Whoa. These are what? Fang? These are Fang. Emergency! Out of here! Just in time. Okay. I think we made it. I don't see them. Alright. Well executed, Minerva Newton. Okay, so I actually heard this by watching a... Who was that? Asher Gaming said this, and it never occurred to me. Like, I think I knew that on a like subconscious level, but he said it like explicitly. Like when you want to run from somebody, like of course if you are too close, like chances are you're just screwed, right? Especially if their speed is already comparable to yours. But if there's some distance, what you don't want to do is activating your emergency burn before they do. What you want to do is wait for them to activate, and a second later, you activate yours, because that means that if you activated after them, their burst is gonna end and you're gonna gain that extra leg, you know, of distance, and then you're off, and they're probably gonna lose you. They don't see you anymore on their radar, and you are out of range. Yeah, so perform survey. Ooh, scattered ruin. I'm not gonna skip this. 60,000 plus. Not considering ship recovery. That was probably the worst possible outcome for ruins. But what is this? Heavy arc emitter. Huh. 600 range. Lightning point defense. No, I don't think we want to mine this. It's just ore. What just happened? Did we gain... What was that? Maybe a story point. Maybe we gained a story point. That's what happened. Do I want to, you know, sensor burst this place? Second. Look at that. We have money. We are gaining money here. Exploration, man, is the thing to do. There's pretty big asteroids. But, you know, the asteroids content, unfortunately, is always the same. I would love it if asteroid contents was randomized, let's say, per system, and then I'm gonna put my developer hat on for a second and also say that while using code, if you can use like geometric shapes to, like, what I'm trying to say is it's fairly easy to establish a gradient in some form of property that you want to manage. For example, I could say I could first of all randomize one property of those asteroid, right, based on system, and say, okay, in this system we're gonna have a maximum amount of metals, transplutonics, and volatiles in those asteroids, and then I could further randomize and say, based on distance from the star, right? And I could say, like, I don't know, up to here it's more metal than volatiles, from here to here is more transplutonic than metal, and from here to here, and it doesn't matter anyway. Like, you could create like several bands, and even if there are no asteroids in there, nobody cares. Nobody's ever gonna notice. But the thing is, you just randomize a few values based on distance from the star, right? And coding that is extremely easy. Like, it's not a lot of overhead, and it's not even a lot of data to attach to the system. Of course, you get a little bit of a complication with like binary stars, because then you have to decide, okay, if there's a star in here and a star in here, and I'm trying to mine this asteroid, what do I look for, right? Do I want to look for this star or this star? And you could simply say, whatever, 50-50. And you have, you know, maybe a portion of a belt that is, you know, mixed, you know. But that I think would add a lot of spice to the mining game. Okay, we are still in range of what? First of all, where's home? I keep forgetting where home is. What's the word? Barak? No. I know how to look for it though. Sorry, guys. Storage. There is home. It's fairly distant. I can stop at an H.M.I. outpost though, like Actorum, for example, or Cactorum, for example. Yeah, let's go back to Cactorum. So now what we need to decide is, do we want to continue by mining ships, or, damn it, I was too slow, Slow down, Patty. Or do we want to diversify, right? So I'm thinking with this series, what I want to do is like try to explore these modded factions, right? So I'm guessing, what if I actually could build a very big mining fleet, like seriously big, with a lot of storage, and then mine, like almost like strip mine an entire planet. And then I guess the game would become, let's try and find the best buyer, right? Because it would be a bunch of ore. In alternative, we start investing on our own planets, our own systems. Because if you can mine, maybe it's even better to start an industry. And maybe that's exactly what we're gonna do. Like, for example, there's H.M.I. already in here, right? And they're gonna buy this. And also this. And also this. And their fuel prices are decent. Sort that. Oh, I want to learn that and that and that. And this is H.M.I. military. What can you give me? Oh, augmented dry field I want. That's always fairly good. Expanded magazine is also, I don't want to say mandatory, but super useful. Operations Center mod spec I can skip for a second. You know what? Resistant flux conduit is also fairly good. Okay, and that's a bunch of money spent on knowledge. Now, what do you have? What interesting stuff do you have? Okay, is this is low tech, not necessarily like H.M.I. brand. Now look at this thing, like this looks vicious. The design of this ship, amongst others, was located on a tech mining expedition for beyond the core worlds from the remnants of an old polity. The entire ship range was extracted intact. However, the components needed to assemble the discoverables are not in circulation, needing refined assembly techniques that now blah 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 blah. But tell me what this is. This vessel, while being the most inferior of the design, is still superior to many ships of its size class available today, with a flux-efficient built-in energy blaster. Okay, so I was right. The Marlin is a tech mined, so it's stuff that we found mining, which is cool. And it's not a junker, right? Because we have junkers that we use to mine, and then we find cool stuff. Like that's the entire thing of the H.M.I. And so, you know, a little bit by accident, because I'll be honest, I didn't really research all of this beforehand, but a little bit by accident, I ended up, you know, following in the steps of my forefathers. Do I want to buy these? This one has glitched sensor array and increased maintenance. I could live with that. This one has a compromised hull, but it's supposed to have good shields, right? But the thing is, I think I want to save money for now and invest in colonies. I think it's even more H.M.I. to invest in colonies earlier, or at least, if not colonies, outposts. We can do outposts. For example, this Rubus, Rocky Metallic World, fully explored. It's not colonizable. Okay, it's not colonizable because it's got a thingy orbiting already. Wow, my mining strength is still a lot. I lost one crew. But I'm gonna sell you all of this. And I'm gonna get 2 crew instead. Yeah, but I also lost some pieces of machinery. Man, the fact, again, I think I said this already. I think I said this already. The fact that you have no means of mitigating the risk of mining. That is not cool. What is the mess? No one is quite sure why the mess, or where the mess came from, or how it come to be, but it is widely regarded to be one of the more disturbing objects in the sector, an orbital habitat overrun by a nanite colony. The mess has slowly been eating its way through the Opuntia system since before the fall, spewing out random junk and misshapen machinery. The origin of the nanite colony is unknown, and many fear what may occur if another such nanite colony existed and descended upon the core worlds. Occasionally releases swarms of infested ships. Oh, the infested ships. Right. Why am I trying to dock on this thing? Thank you for not giving me an option to explore that. But also this thing is gonna spew infested ships, so I shouldn't stay too close. Can I scavenge this? The risk is high, and of course I just lost 5 heavy machinery. There's more such fields. Oh, a mess large swarm. That can be a mess, like a real mess. Stop scavenging those things. It's not cool. You're losing stuff every time you do. High risk. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Actually, leave. I don't even know why there's a colony of ours in here. This place is doomed. Oh, those are mercenaries. At least those are mercenaries. I think we encountered, yeah, we scavenged one of the weapons from those things. Okay, back to Xi'an. Exploration accomplished. Back to Xi'an. Now, if we get really good at combat, we may go back in there and get messy with the mess. But for now, I think if we were to stay in there, they would just mess us up, you know? I think there's a reason they're called the mess, because they mess you up. Isn't that great when you explain a joke that is already pretty dumb? Yeah. This is the H.M.I. for you. Yeah, this is it. The Plague Bearer attack, which is pretty good, but at the same time, it plagues the ship. Nanoplague infection. For example, this is very powerful, so it has fast spread of the plague. Reduces the max combat readiness of the ship. Basically, the nanites start eating the maintenance crew while you fly around and while you do combat. So our military sells Venture P. Interesting. Now the Venture is okay, this is a Venture normal. It's because sometimes you find Venture mining cruiser. And I mean, it comes with mining pod auxiliary wing, so I guess it's already. It's already a mining vessel. The Venture, right? This one's got a damaged flight deck though. Scalper Destroyer. Looks interesting, but I know nothing about it. So I'm gonna leave it alone for a second. Spy Hunter Mark II. I like the stripes. I'm tempted to buy things based on the color of the stripes sometimes. Alright though, let's think about this. That's pretty far away. What else? Exploration. Is there anything new on exploration? Okay, that one we didn't do. And there's just stuff around here. Local stuff. Society raids. You're raiding the Draco group, which is good. You're raiding the Zan, which is again good because they're not even neutral to me. I have accepted 3. Survey. Oh, I had accepted this. Okay, so we gotta do that. So scratch everything I said. I need to go there. And how do I get there? Well, I guess I need to refuel. So for 50,000, right? It's for 50,000. So we need to try and spend less than 50,000 to get there in the first place, right? So with this, I spent 20,000, but I still cannot get there. Is there a place when I can buy, at the very least, a lot of fuel on the cheap, though? That's what I want to know. Commodities. Tell me, oh my market. Market. How's the mirror thing? Because, you know, spoilers. I watched that movie in Italian. So what's like mirror on my wall? Tell me where I can buy fuel? Maybe that works. Maybe. Buy. What can I buy? Nevermore Station. Where's Nevermore Station? I want to be able to click. Wait, I can. Nevermore Station. Number 3. Click on 3. Okay, Nevermore Station is in here. I can go to Nevermore Station, but do I perchance have more tankers? Can I perchance buy a cheap tanker? This is cheap. It's got compromised storage, so why would I do that? This thing can hold 300 up. What about my tanker? Can I add auxiliary tanks? Fuel? Auxiliary fuel tanks? To this? I can. And it's got... Okay, this is cyan rated hardware, so it doesn't count. It shouldn't, right? Wait, it does. For civilian grade hulls, increase maintenance supply. it is increasing maintenance supply. So, Cyan Radar hardware, it says removes the penalty from a civilian-grade hull, and it's incompatible with militarized subsystems, but it's not interacting correctly with the auxiliary fuel tanks. Because if it removes the penalty, it should mean that, right, doesn't count as a civilian-grade hull. But it still does. And that sucks. Because now this thing consumes more supplies. For 180 fuel capacity. So I'm not gonna do that. That's it. I'm not gonna do that. So I want to spend erratic fuel injector, so you consume a little bit more fuel to go around, which kind of defeats the purpose of a tanker, but now what if I just buy a new one? What if I buy a big one? Of course, compromise storage, like why not? I mean, why are they selling this? Who's gonna buy a tanker with a compromised tank, with a leaky tank? Not me. Okay, I'm gonna buy a small one. I bought it. And to this, look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add militarized subsystem in there. It just means that increases maximum burn, adds 10 armor, increases maximum crew required by 100%, which is okay with me, plus 5 skeleton crew. But when I now add auxiliary fuel tanks, see, maintenance, supplies a month, stays the same. By the way, maybe like the other thing for the Cyan technology, maybe that's intended and it's okay. It's just that, you know, this reads a little bit the same way, right? Because it says removes the penalty for a civilian grade hull, right? Which is somewhat the same thing that the other thing says, right? So you would guess that it interacts in the same way with auxiliary fuel tank or expanded cargo holds, but it doesn't. So it's just a little bit counterintuitive. That's all. That is all I'm gonna say. So now that I have a lot of space for fuel, I'm gonna buy fuel in Hazard at Nevermore station. Go to system map, lock in for Nevermore. Cheap fuel for me. Whoa, big flares. There you go, Nevermore station, trade goods. Okay, 24. 24 is okay. So I'm buying 23,000 credits of fuel. Your prices on supplies are not that great. So, Nevermore station, let's remember this. Of course I won't. You all know that I won't. But for example, what if it was supplies? Best place to buy would be... Oh, wait a second. Brighton. Brighton are neutral to me. Sechava. Sechava. Which is in here. No, it's really close though. Let's jump there. Let's yeah, let's invest a few thousand credits in cheap supplies and fuel. What is this guy doing? Lodic Church. Okay, it's neutral to me. So you can keep spinning around if you want. Keep on spinning. Okay, I wanna look at. Okay, there's Reparation Society, which is neutral to me again. Okay, I can get in here and not get exploded in a split second, I think. Wait. H.M.I. Persian League raid successful. What were you raiding, mate? New. But I mean, Persian League is okay with me, right? Yeah, I think so. Reparation Society, you want me to go there, and I don't necessarily want to go there. So I'm gonna ignore that you said that. Exploration, is there anything new? So I need to get in there. Unfortunately, nothing else is happening in that general vicinity. Maybe, though, a cool, simple bounty if I manage to find the bounties tab. Nope, none of that. And that looks vicious. Okay, let's go talk to H.M.I. Trade the goods. I'm here for your supplies. I mean, this is supposed to be the best price. It's 101. Ouch. Okay. Now we have fuel. We have supplies. Let's go do this. Right? Survey a dust world. And I mean, we spent more than the entire price for it already. So let's hope we find something juicy in there. Buckle up. This is gonna be a long journey. Oh. Returning to Karan. No, they're not. Okay, this is the worst. Like, they were invisible. They were sped up by the cloud. And you know what? Wait, can I? No, for sure I cannot. I mean, what do they have? They have 3 Colossus that are not combat ships. They have this thing, though. They have a phase mule. And what do we know about modded phase ships? Modded phase ships are created by people that want to feel powerful, right? I don't know if I should have said that, but that's my idea. Sorry, people. I love you all. These mods are amazing, but generally speaking, you know, when you see a phase version of everything, it's because people thought, wouldn't it be cool if there was an overpowered mule? Yup. What is this? Vulcan X close range cataphract from Armatura. Oh, it's a wing. It's a wing. Yeah. And there's a bunch of Bento standard armored tanker. I was about to say freighter and tanker, and it was about to come out of as crater. Why would you bring a crater with you? This is strange, I think they are gonna use the Bentos for combat, They are very tanky. Anyway, they are tankers, but they are tanky. Tanky tankers in here. I don't think I can take them. I think they might just erase my fleet. So I'm gonna use a point in here. Go away. Special maneuvers away. There you go. Almost as if you never saw me. We're gonna get the story point back. At some point. Who are you? Oh, friendly. Volkov Industries. By the way, one thing that I would appreciate from the main game, right? So when you are being, you know, flung around by a storm, you should not be able to use that to attack somebody. Like your fleet, you know, having been pushed by a storm, should not be able to interact with anything. And to make it balanced, it should work for everybody, player included. So it means like if you're being pushed, like it means your trajectory is a little bit out of control. So it would still fit you within the lore, because if you approach somebody, the text says that you carefully maneuver to prevent the others to escape. How do you do that if you're being flung around, right? Also, you shouldn't be able to enter a gravity well when you're being flung. You shouldn't be able to interact with, I don't know, a derelict ship and stuff like that. I think that would make most sense. And also because it feels very cheaty, this thing, right? So random fleet you know, suddenly jumps at light speed out of a storm, and it's on you in a split second, right? So we're in here, jumped right inside the corona of a very large sun, and what we want to do is survey this. Can do. Although, let's keep an eye out, because there's remnants in here. Alright, let's perform this survey. Wait a second. Was I late? Bloody hell. I thought I had plenty of time, 120 days. How did I fail this? Ah, that's too bad. That's too bad. And now I even performed the survey, spent 45 supplies on it. That's the worst. That's the worst. Then what? Then what? Nothing. I mean, I can explore here, but chances are not gonna find anything interesting. Or maybe something too interesting. If you catch my drift. No, leave. Hey, I'm clicking. Idiot. This way. Come on. There is absolutely nothing in here. Cool. Well, though, if really 120 days passed, it also means that in the meantime we got 4 stipends, which is still money, still a win. So now what? I think at some point we should start exploring for the sake of finding a place to colonize. So I think I'm gonna fly back to Hazard to, guess what? Buy more fuel, spend more money to get more fuel. So see, even if I'm not going that fast, I still got destroyed by all of those storms because I'm out of control, totally out of control. But somehow I could still jump on somebody. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Blue beacon. I don't even know what that means. But it says that the danger is high. Color raids targeting H.M.I and Vic. That is not cool. Wait, there's a few exploration missions being flung around. Where are those? All in here. Yeah, like I'm getting there anytime soon. I need to get to Nevermore Station, thank you. Hello, here I am. Look, I got this for 1,000. Right? That's good, right? Just get me more fuel. Maybe missions? Oh, finally, a delivery mission. And you want me to deliver to the 9th battle group? Yeah, like that's gonna happen. You know what we might do? We might go on a surveying expedition. We find a nice, cozy, unexplored corner of deep space and we just survey all the planets because we might just find something really interesting, really juicy, and maybe we mark a system for future colonization. However, we want to prepare carefully for that, and we're gonna do that in the next episode. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again in the next one. Alla prossima!